What's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Ops.
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my magnetic wife, Fiona.
And this right here, this is my best friend, my baby, Ayize.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We just wanted to, touch in with you real quick about really 3 ways that you can increase the intimacy in your relationship. Oftentimes when we're working with couples and also in our own relationship, there's 3 categories in which connection can occur. And the deeper you go into connection, the more intimacy you experience in your relationship. Oftentimes people think that, when you're experiencing quantity time, that's sufficient in terms of establishing a foundation for true intimacy in a relationship. Now, what I'll say is this, is that
What is quantity time?
quantity time is, just being in somebody's presence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, oftentimes when, I'm hanging out with the children, or even being with my wife, she might be on the computer, I might be watching a basketball game, and we're really not engaging each other, but the time period in which we are in the same vicinity is it could be relatively lengthy. So, that's quantity time right there in terms of us being in the same vicinity and we're not really engaging each other, but we're in each other's presence. That's quantity time. And that right there, it can...
For an extended period.
Yeah, for an extended period of time. That to some degree can lay the... it's the entryway. It's the door opening, the crack in terms of actually experiencing true intimacy in a relationship. The second thing that I want to say is that if you experience quantity time, to progress towards intimacy, you have to experience quality time. Speak on quality time for a second, babe.
Well, quality time is time that is intentional. Everybody, well, not everybody, but if you don't know, now you know that the name of our company is Be Intentional. And when you're intentional, you're really making it a point to lift up what it is that you want to see and figure out particular steps you're going to take to create that. So if you want to become closer, if you want to know someone better, if you want to make them feel more comfortable around you, if you want to share more of yourself, then you have to think about what that would look like. When I get with him today, when I spend that time with her tomorrow, what is it that we can do to create that? Maybe I can get a game that, ask questions and we can kind of share some things over a glass of wine, or maybe we'll go over here and do thus and so. But you have to really be intentional about it. Quality time is about the uncovering and of yourself and one another, the revealing of yourself, and that's only done when you are doing it purposefully.
Yeah, and I think too, to add on to that, is when there's a synchronization of intent. There's a synchronization of purpose. There's some uniformity there when it comes to, what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So if you all are walking, holding hands, there's been an agreement in terms of this is what we're going to do. We're going to hold hands and take a walk. If you all are sitting down watching a movie together, you're not just in the same space or in each other's presence. You all are pretty much experiencing this movie together. So there's some synchronicity that's present that enables you all to experience quality time, while you're together. Now, the third level, which I think, of course, you need quantity time, quality time, but to progress even further, if you're going to take quality time to another level, I think you will start to see some heart time, Heart time. And last night, my wife and I, we actually sat down and watched a movie. And
What was the name of the movie?
But yeah, the movie we saw last night was Safe Haven, and my wife and I were sitting down, experiencing some quality time, eating some crabs, and I was getting on my wife because she actually moved over to the couch.
I know you was pressed.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He was like, you should be back over here with me at the table watching the movie because you're getting ready to go to sleep.
Exactly. Whenever she hit the couch, it's about time for her to hit the bed. So, I'm thinking to myself, like, how are we going to be really experiencing quality time when you're going to be...
And I'm like, babe,
dozing off, nodding
but you're not going to micromanage how I watch the movie. So, if I want to move to the couch, I'm going to move to the couch.
Not only did she move to the couch, but she also picked up the computer too. So that right there was interrupting our quality
time. But I put the computer away.
So I was beefing. So she said, why don't you come over here and sit next to me? So I said, I'll sit next to you if you put down the Mac. And she did that. So we experienced some quality time on the couch.
Right.
But as the movie concluded...
At first we was kind of thinking, this movie's not all bad.
Yeah. As the movie came to an end, it transitioned from quality time to heart time. And, what I mean by heart time is really expressing from a space of vulnerability. Getting naked with your spouse and sharing, some things that you might be afraid of.
Not physically naked.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad, but
yeah, but that's not what we did.
That's not what we're talking about. Yeah, but yeah, getting emotionally naked, just
Right.
bearing yourself, bearing your soul, and sharing some things that you might be afraid of, some things that you might be unsure about, some things that might make you feel insecure. So
Mm-hmm.
after the movie concluded, my wife and I, we just sat down and talked. And shared some of our fears, and it was a really intense emotional experience for
It
me.
was.
Yeah, she was crying.
You're probably like, what? What was the movie?
Yeah,
I look at some people that seen the movie like, y'all, it's not that deep.
Yeah, y'all too sappy.
But the movie, guys, is again, it's called Safe Haven. And for me, I said, what is going on? Why am I all like, ah? I'm not gonna give away the movie, but I was really impacted, especially because there was such a twist at the end. But what I told my husband is that it was really about mortality. That it lifted up to you as the viewer. At least that's what I got from it. A big part of it was that it lifted up your own mortality. That there's an end to everything. There's an end that will come one day to our relationship. There's an end only physically, only in the here and now. But we'll always be linked spiritually in the afterlife. That's my belief. But there's an end that comes, and even with your own children, there's an end that comes. The transitions occur, not just in terms of death, but in terms of the way in which you are in relationship with your children when they become adults and have their own families, and the different stages and phases of our lives. The time is always ticking, and so what it lifted up for me is just the I guess what I was able to share is the really the fear, the fear of that, that there's this unknown that awaits us all, and that one day I won't, when I perish, I won't physically be attached to this family and this man that I have come to be so attached to in my life, in my physical life. So it was just real. It was real deep, and it also lifted up for me the importance of, there's so many times that we're focused on all the things that we want to see happen in our lives, physically, materially, even spiritually and emotionally, but we're looking for the physical outcome. We're looking for that kind of thing. But then life is really about relationship. Life is really about the pure, sweet moments when you really connect, when you really, really are able to let down your guard, share things with someone that you've never shared with them before. Share things and discover things about yourself that you never knew existed. Really have that space. That doesn't happen on a regular basis.
No,
they're not people that you can do that with all the time. And so when you find a person that you can do that with, whether it be a spouse or partner or a friend, take advantage of those moments, because those are the moments. He's trying to wrap me up. He's going like this underneath the table. Those are the moments that really make up your life. I know it's cliche, but at the end of the day, what I felt last night is when it's all getting ready to be over, I will not count the quality of my life by how many viewers come to visit our website, by how many people we get to counsel, by how many things I get to experience and places I get to go and, things I get to acquire. It's really going to be about the moments that I get to sit and really, really be vulnerable and connected with you, with my children, to have joy, to have those blissful moments. That's what I got. Remember, that's what life is all about. Everything else is just the context. It's just the illusions that we operate in. And I would just encourage us all to continue to use those illusions, the illusions of your context, your everyday circumstance, to lift you higher into a place of awareness around what life is really about, which is to not be blinded by the circumstances, but to allow those circumstances to compel you to the truth of what it's really all about, which is relationship, connection, wanting to be wanted, wanting to be loved, wanting to be felt, wanting to feel you, just wanting to be connected. Yeah. At the root of everything, we all just want to be connected. We want to be wanted. I know I went on a little tangent, but I'm sorry. That's what it is today. What you got to say? Stop playing and start pushing.